Hello, hello, cuties all over the universe. My name's Tiny Elf. It is Friday, the 30th. I don't know why I'm telling you the date. Today we are playing some Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I've played this game once. I've done exactly one run, and I don't remember what I did. So, yeah, we're just gonna mess around. If you guys have any cool Stanley lore, you know, any cool endings, you want to troll me, go for it. I am all in. Backseating is allowed today. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic evening. Let's get up to some trouble, shall we? We're gonna come over here. And then we're gonna click this. And then click this and click. There it is. What the heck? That was so weird. So weird. Okay. It like wasn't there, but it was, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh, is there talking in the background of the game? Do you guys hear that? I honestly do not remember. It's been a long time. I honestly didn't even remember playing it until I booted it up and I saw I had an achievement. And then I opened it and the narrator was like, set the time. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. And then he was like, hey, this is the second time you set the time. Thanks. You're doing great. Next time you can set it to whatever you want. And I was like, I don't remember this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Ooh, I can manage that.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Ooh.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Convenient.
Stanley was happy.
That's all that's important, man. As long as you're happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Like what?
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Why?
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Buddy, you need a second monitor. So when nothing happens at work, you can, like, play games on the second monitor. I hate Mondays. Not that I know anything about that. He's very floaty. Alright. Let's see. Hello? Let me in. No one's home. Oh, I can legitimately see no one's in there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to them. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
I didn't know there was an
Click a
achievement.
door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm pretty sure I've already done 50 clicks. I never stopped.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
My finger's getting
see
tired.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Really? Okay, where's 417? 417! Where are you? Oh, here you go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Why are you trolling me? Is there a 437? Oh, right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Uh-huh. What did you say? You wish you were a door. Why?
Now, back to door number 437.
I don't want to do this anymore, narrator. I'm tired. My finger's tired.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
I don't see a copy machine. Where's the copy machine? I see a plant. Copy machine. This does not look like my office at all. We have, like, high wall cubes. I got a whole bunch of plushies I made there. Where the heck is the copy machine? Not there. Copy machine. Where are you? Oh, this one's got stuff on it. Surname access? No, turn it back on. I was reading that. Turn off everyone's computer. I'm a menace. No one can stop me. Did anyone see a copy machine? I wasn't looking. Ooh, they're updating something. Boop. Turned off. This guy doesn't even get a computer. He gets a pencil sharpener. Oh, copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Narrator. I was just clicking on doors to be funny. You didn't have to give me this whole quest.
Now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. Ow. Oh, right here? I can't do it. I'm too short. I can't jump. Why can't I jump? How do I get on the desk? Average tiny experience, true. Don't have to be mean about it, but true. How do I get up here? Let me on the desk. At least in real life I can jump. I did Taekwondo. I got some pretty decent jumps.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up.
Okay.
Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. I can manage that. 4.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
He'll carry. Hey! I don't need to reach the top shelf.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it!
We did it!
Wow, that felt amazing.
Side quest complete.
You really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I didn't even see that that was an achievement, boss. I just thought maybe one of the doors would open. Oh, what's back there? Great clicking action. I need an auto clicker. My finger's tired. Is this a meeting of coffee cups?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he? Did he really?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want to turn off your computer. Let me in. I think that's kind of creepy.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
I'm glad you agree.
A few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I want a
Stanley
soda.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I would be literally drinking if you gave me a soda. Rude.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room
Have you had anything
so
done since every time I step away?
captivating that
Shouldn't leave it
even though
on.
all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
It is worth it.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did he now? That door looks spooky. That one looks less spooky. I'm gonna go in the less spooky door. What's this place?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hey, I'm great at my job. I'll have you know. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. This place. Door. Oh, it needs a slidey card. I don't have a slidey card. Number 1. He was number 1. Type it above. I just thought. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. I want to go to that truck, though. Vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You could survive that fall. What's this?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I'm just a bad listener.
Me, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that.
Someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
But there's a door.
Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but
I don't even know
really
you.
do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a
Danger.
chance.
Danger everywhere. I want to go to the truck. The I worked a warehouse job once. Nara's really on it. He knows you ain't listening. I'm not a good listener, okay? I am a one-lady, wrecking team. What?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't like the color red. What if I was colorblind, narrator, huh? Alright, you know what, narrator? I'll do it just because Nebby likes the color red.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
No.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
What did you do to me, narrator?
Stanley? I wanted to stop.
What did you do to me? You trapped me.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Yeah, what is it?
Let me show you.
It's really dark in there. I don't like it. I don't wanna. Is there another door? Can I go somewhere else where it's not scary and dark?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Are those stars?
I actually feel happy.
What are you doing to me, narrator? I'm easily distracted by stars. What are you doing to me? Shiny. Whoa! So colorful. Okay, I'll stay. You got my vote. Green lights. Alright, Mr. Narrator, I'm kind of bored. I hope you don't mind, but I'm leaving.
No, wait. Where are you going?
You didn't even finish these walls?
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
And then you won't be happy anymore?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I don't want to jump.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
I guess. I think I broke my leg, though. It's very red now.
There. See? This is what you want.
No, this
where
is
we
what
can
you
both be
want.
happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
This is what Nebby wants, which means I need to go. Always hurting me.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
What do you mean? I'm just gonna go up these stairs again. I'm just getting my cardio.
No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I'm bored, narrator. Give me a pony. Right now. Or else. Got nothing to say, huh?
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
When you
Am I
put it
reading
that
the
way,
situation correctly?
you make me really sad. That's not what's going to happen here. I just wanted a pony. Ow.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
You're making me
I
really
just wanted us
sad.
to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
Yeah, I like having
Well, this one
choices.
is yours.
I am a free elf to make my own choices, to do whatever I want to do. And if it means I want to climb up 10,000 stairs because you won't give me a pony and you gave me half a starry room, I'm gonna do it.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Probably.
I'm going back.
Bye, narrator. The end is never the end. The end. That's not true. I went in the red door because you said you liked red doors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, you know what, narrator? I think we got off on the wrong foot. I realize that I am easily distracted.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left. Got it. See, I'm locked in now, buddy. I needed to get it out of my system. Let me turn off your computer. Why is there no outside?
Yet
Ooh.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It looks like my meeting schedule. Office party Friday at 6. Free review of weekly review. Yeah, that sounds right. We're broke Wednesdays. Yep, I'm there. Termination Tuesdays. Mergers. Marketing Mondays. Not mergers. Number of slides on this slide. I was reading that. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Uh-huh. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I beg. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Yeah. Fill out the form and get it back to me. Because I'm the boss. Broom closet. A door I can open.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is there nothing here? There's a broom. Okay, I mean,
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
You're
No
right.
reason to still be here.
It's in... You're right, narrator. I'm sorry.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do we have to? Upstairs. Okay. Submit the form. I don't want to, but since you asked so nicely. Thank you. Remember, fill it out in triplicate. Executive bathroom. Ooh, fancy what? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Open the toilet. It won't open. Extreme bathrooms. This bathroom doesn't look that extreme, but I feel way calmer in here than I do over there. Over there feels angry. The same decal in your bathroom? That's interesting. Hello? The beige pages. Business time. Are hostile takeovers the new biannual percentage? What about this door? It opens. What's this? What is that picture? Who in the right mind? Business strategy? This guy sucks. And click the buttons. Okay, narrator, I know I was listening, and I listened for quite some time. But we're going to the top floor, baby. Why isn't he saying anything? Narrator, you okay, buddy? It went nowhere? Is this a fake elevator? What crap. This is like one of those there's no shortcuts to the top type deals, isn't it?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
It didn't work.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, narrator.
28. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Whoa.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
No wonder your wall is so tall. Right? That's what I'm saying. Mistake was made. Hello? That's your passcode? Noted. That looks like death. Hello? Tiny Elf is kind of scared of the dark. Can I get a flashlight? Alright, that's fine. They turned the lights on for me.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Hello. I'm a box. No? Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But narrator, there's this sign here that says escape. And that sounds pretty interesting. Nope, we're listening to the narrator. We brought him to depression on the last run. Let there be light.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
This is the setup I want for my streaming setup.
Find out. Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
Fired.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
That one's red.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
528 is broken. Oh, that one up there's broken too. Oh, 234, that's us. Right? We're 234.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Whoa.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Is that something I can ask for in a professional capacity?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No, I don't want to mind control the world. I just, you know, if I gotta stick...
Proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I want to use it for me and my day job, you know? Oh, what's this? Door. Console disabled. I want to press all the buttons though. You're so funny. I don't have that power. If I had that power, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Make everyone be nice to each other. 3. Where's 4? I saw 5. What would you do with mind control? I'm a little scared to ask, honestly. Where's the 4? A storm. I just heard thunder. 1, 2, 3 I did. Where's 4? Free cards for my game shop and free games for my card shop. Up there? Let me up! Ooh, if I had mind control powers, I would use it to make all my followers send me Pokemon card packs that I could open on stream, because that would be fun.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Ow. Aw. That was loud. My ears.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Did he? What happened to my coworkers, though?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Did Stanley have a family?
And Stanley was happy.
Alright. So there is a happy ending he can have.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How do we find out what happened to his coworkers? Why did you ask me to set the time if you weren't even going to use my time?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. I don't know what that is. Who that is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Not cost
Stanley
efficient.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep targets on the topic of blank, 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 blank. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. What? really nothing in here?
Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing
right.
much in this room. Please take your time.
All right. Thanks. So how's it going, guys? It's just us in this broom closet, hanging out. So how come there's a broom but no dustpan, and a mop bucket but no mop? How come I can't pick anything up? What if this was actually like a zombie apocalypse type scenario? They should at least drink the mop bucket water. No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I didn't like it there. We're not going back there. I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna go home.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
True.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Who took my
And
feet?
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That is extremely sassy at the same time.
Describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
You're making my brain hurt, boss.
It all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
But then
Stanley
how did
is
I
as
fly,
awake right
huh?
now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yeah.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Wake up,
He felt
Stanley.
the cool
Wake
weight
up.
of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, It's all I want.
Calm down. That's...
I want
Wait,
my
we don't have to go that
apartment
far.
and my wife and my job.
We have a wife!
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Yeah.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am okay. What? Where's my wife?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone?
Are we having
hear
a
my
panic
voice?
attack?
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I wonder if they held hands before marriage, like the sinner
This is
he
the story
is.
of a woman named Mariella.
Hi.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Do you?
It was comforting to
Do
think
any of
this,
us?
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Smart. Smart move, Mariella. What if I don't leave? What if I just stay here? See, I'm working really hard. I'm working my hardest. You're too impatient to stand. I'm standing the most still. Look. I didn't leave. I'll sit on my little chair. Do 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 boo 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 boo. Narrator, can you give me some sort of feedback, please? Do do boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. No, all right, you're right. You're right. I can't do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, there's a computer.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
How come? What is that? Are we ready for new content? Have we seen enough endings? Which way do we go? Narrator hasn't told me what to do. I don't know if I should do it or ignore it.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. Let's find out together, narrator. Ooh, an elevator. Safety first. It's not really an elevator, it's like a cart. Whee! Is this what the Matrix feels like?
Thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Thank you.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I didn't know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Did you not see that whole amazing presentation?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
He's more excited than I am. This is a very long elevator.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I really wanted to hear your review.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yeah, oh. What is this cable connected to?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Seriously? What can be giveth can also be taken away. Oh, another elevator. Narrator, I know you like elevators.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
You can jump in Dark Souls games, just not traditionally. But it was really cool to jump in Elden Ring. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You should.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Do we have a great time, narrator? Do we? I remember. Hey! I was still talking. What? It's different. It's different. Narrator, I'm scared.
Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay. Is it my swift demise? Whee! Among Us. You're looking pretty sus.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is it? You did this for me, narrator?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
So you didn't do it for
like
me.
the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
You did it for you. All you think about is you, narrator. What about me?
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, the waste. Right? Collector's Edition. Audience Award, The Stanley Parable. A weird face. Funny. Ooh, you got, I forgot what those are called. Postcards. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. $1. Can I have it? Whoa, what's that? The demo. Game had a demo? Go outside, don't play for 5 years. I remember seeing people post about that, like, when people first started getting the achievement. I was like, what the heck? You got an achievement for not playing a game for 5 years? Is this still an achievement? Do I need to not play this game for 5 years? It is impossible to get this achievement. How do I get it? Tell me the ways. Nominee, The Stanley Parable. Nominee, The Stanley Parable. Story. Debut game. Game innovation. Oh yeah, story. We looked at that already. Beta, work in progress. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Oh look, it's me dying. We did that one. Stanley Parable deals tough choices? I don't feel like I've been dealt that many tough choices. In loving memory of little Stanley. Who's little Stanley? I feel like I don't know enough to be here now.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley
The
Parable
illusion
was.
of choice.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
I'm playing Persona
it's no
3.
games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk. Now, a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Maintenance, okay. I don't know. They just said Persona 3, so really, I think Persona came first. No one ever talks about Shin Megami Tensei, or whatever it's called. This is really cool. This is super neat. I'm gonna send my
moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
carpet textures. The serious room? How do I go in there? Let me in. I'm serious. I can't get in the serious room. There's stuff in the way. Narrator, help me! Narrator! I'm not a silly goose.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, narrator. We're trapped. We're trapped forever. There is nowhere for us to go. Can we have the bike? Let me out! I demand freedom! Oh, here we go.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I don't know, let's find out together. I don't have a basement, I live in an apartment.
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's
Reviews?
a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
We don't want to
I
look at
haven't looked
these.
in years.
You don't
I
want
can't even
to.
imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Theme's kind of toxic. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Or the red boxes like negative reviews and then the green ones are positive reviews. People just really enjoy hating on things, narrator. It's not you, buddy. I'm sure you did your best. I've never said you were not funny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
Well, what if we read the positive ones?
Unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, there's just always some people who like to hate on things, narrator. It's not you, buddy. You know, we've hung out for like an hour now, and I think you're a pretty stand-up guy.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Rude.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Are you sure it's a good idea, buddy?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for.
I didn't ask for it.
Delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 200.
Oh, he's just repeating himself now.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
I listened to the entirety of it before you started repeating. It wasn't that great.
I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite. You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them.
I could see that.
At first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
I don't know what that is, but sure, whatever you say.
Manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone. It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history.
I don't think manifesto is a good word anymore, narrator.
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation.
What is it?
I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Teach me the method.
I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other. In which case, the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's
a good strategy.
Me from disaster in countless situations.
Oh, really?
Here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Okay, I'm done.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam
They're not going to.
Or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
They won't.
To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Agreed.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do
patient, but not like...
not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated.
All right, let's go.
Say goodbye to it and just... Wait.
Where'd my door go?
Where did the door go?
Haven't you been watching?
That led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
Narrator, you had one job.
Into a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere?
I'll look. Let me look.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to...
I got a ladder.
Step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button.
Who's busy talking?
Here before, wasn't there? I swear
But
there was.
do other people not pace when they talk?
Just ram your way through a wall?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
Sorry, my head isn't hard enough for this.
We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise.
I believe you.
You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just
I'm not even near it. It's over there.
Wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
I'm waiting.
Got it? Yes. Good. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do 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 do. It's so weird how like some games I can like be extremely still, but this game makes me antsy. Like I gotta move. I gotta see things. I gotta experience. I gotta process what he's saying, so I gotta to walk it out, you know? Have you ever been in one of those meetings where like you have to sit there and they're like talking and you really want to think about something but they won't shut up, so you gotta like be like, excuse me, I'll be right back, and then you gotta walk down the hallway for a little bit So you can just like let the information just mentally digest. Shopping with me is great. In and out, done. Except today, I walked around the garden department for quite some time before I found some flowers I liked for my front porch. Probably would have been home like 20 minutes earlier if I didn't take that time. Narrator, you coming back? Narrator. I'm gonna hit it if you don't come back. Does he come back? I don't think he comes back. How do you lose a door, narrator? You made this whole skip button, but you lost the door. I found it says he lost track.
Stanley, please don't
The light
push
died.
the button again. It's been 12 hours.
A bunch of lights
You've
died.
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
You
My
made
God,
it.
There's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Great.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley.
Well, how did I get in here?
There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
Well, then what do you
no idea how long I'll
suggest?
be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you?
Because I get
I've been
bored.
thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews.
Yeah.
Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head.
This
I
is
just
your
couldn't
fault.
Ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem?
You're a fixer,
Why did
narrator.
Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. Would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The
I know how you
merest
feel.
mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child.
I'm the same
Wild
way.
and impulsive. I can't help myself.
I threaten to fight
I can't
people.
stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment.
Agreed.
Does such an impulse serve?
Nothing.
For whose benefit is this?
No one's.
And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue.
This is your fault.
It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it.
What if I don't?
Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship.
Have you thought
Surely
about
you'll
getting a
not be
cat?
moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, I know you too well.
You
You'll
don't
be
know
leaving
me.
Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback.
It's
Why
hard,
was
man.
it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become
Alright, you're repeating. I'm out of here. Bye.
Why? Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness.
The plant died.
Someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
I could go a week without
I've been
talking to
sitting
people.
Here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
That is exactly how
Would
it's
you
always
think
been.
that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Yes.
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
Maybe I
That's
can.
what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore.
It's like me and my
I'll
live
give it all
streaming.
up.
Like, I'm
I'll
doing
give up
this to become a
every
better
branching
speaker.
path. I'll
But really,
burn
I'm
my
just talking to
story the
myself like a
ground.
crazy
One
person while I
single
play
thing I need,
games.
and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These
You
words
should start
that
a
I'm
blog.
saying, I need to know
People
you
will
can hear
read
me.
it.
Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a
Oh.
fiction.
I didn't
Was
think
I
about it
scared
that
of
way,
all
narrator.
along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it.
Would
I
you?
can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all.
Narrator,
I
I
feel
need you to
renewed.
pause for a second.
I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button.
Yeah,
for the
I'm
next
kind of over
time.
this conversation. Oh, did I break it?
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Thank you.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
I don't want to
I've
have a
had
relationship
so
talk,
much
so if you're going to
time,
do that, I'm
I
going to
stopped
hit the button
keeping
again.
track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let
No.
me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
But my
felt
everyday
nothing
life
at
got
all
it.
but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Mhm.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant,
Narrator? Are you okay, buddy? Hello? Hello? Fine, I'll hit it again. I don't care. Ow. Your fire alarm is making noise. Batteries are probably dead. I don't want to listen
but
to
they
that
didn't
either.
understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen.
Yeah.
The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Yep.
It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives.
Are you better, buddy? Yes, he's... Narrator. Are you better, buddy? You feeling better? Narrator. Alright, see you at the next cycle.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Anyone got a beatbox tune?
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Narrator? Where are you? If you're not here, I'm leaving. Oh, great. Now my building's broken. Wait, we weren't underground, though. This building came up from the water. How did it... Confused. Boop. Oh, I thought that was ground. It's rebar or whatever. Woo. Look at how tall I am. Hello? Someone help me out here, please. If only I had more jumps. Stuck on nothingness. Oh, it's so pretty! Where'd the dirt come from? Birds. Birds. Well, no, because the birds would bring seeds. They wouldn't bring dirt, would they? I don't think they would. Next. Oh, it's dark again. All the plants died. Alright, I don't like this world. I'd like to leave, please. Thanks, but no thanks. Narrator, I'm scared. That sounded like a dinosaur. Wait. Did all the water of forever just... I want to hit the button again. I don't like it here. Narrator, give me the button back. Narrator. Please come back. I kind of miss you. Narrator, I'm sorry. You know, I really did try to listen to you that one time. Did I break it? I broke it. Oh, it's the game again. Boop 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 ba doop boop ba doop boop.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And
What?
if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
That was different. Screw your email, Barbara. Awaiting input. Input received? Now what? Who farted? Now what? New content? Okay, sure, yeah.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Alright, I'm in. Let's see it. What you got? I'll try not to leave you in the void of nothingness again. I'll try to do better this time. Can we go that way? There's a door over there and I want to go that way.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about
Oh,
how
yeah?
roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
Okay.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
I can respect
forget
that.
this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step
Wolf.
even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, thank you so much. You beautiful, sweet person. I hope you're doing well. What's going on, buddy? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
They added the color red. Been working and such. I get that. I respect that. I've been alright, you know? 427. Welcome.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress
Where you going?
and innovation
What kind of
and
road trip?
long-term franchising potential.
Sticky notes? I want to read them. That one's got a question mark, exclamation mark. Show me the sticky notes. I must judge the sticky notes. I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Show me the sticky notes, please. I want to go on a road trip. I've been trying to think of, like, if I could maybe rent, like, a toy hauler trailer for my motorcycle so I could take it. So I could maybe, like, go up to, like, Door County or something and just get, like, a cheap hotel and, like, ride around up there. I hear it's supposed to be pretty. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. I'm gonna go to Tennessee. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go to Tennessee. Okay, well, I need you to do me a favor, okay? When you go to Tennessee, can you please take pictures of ponies and then just share them with me so that it's like I'm there with you? Of ponies. Horses? You know, 4 legs, tail, goes neigh. Two doors. Of course. Ooh, bears. My mom, she moved up to, like the Nacita area, and, she's got a mama bear and, like, 2 cubs living on her land. She was showing me pictures. I was like, I asked her if she booped the bears, and she said no. And then I asked her if she named him, and she also said no. And I was like, what are you even doing? I've already accepted that the way I'm gonna go out is
Now,
I'm
to be
gonna...
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but
I'm
let's
talking.
take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
That's how I feel about every YouTube video I try to make. Anyways, I've accepted that the way I'm gonna go out is I'm gonna try to pet a, something that shouldn't be petted. And it's gonna maul me to death. But it'll be worth it. Sequels are good. Portal 2, sure. Half-Life 2, haven't played it. Batman Arkham Asylum 2 or City, okay, yeah. Divinity Original Sin 2, that game's great. Choo-choo! Thank you for my first ever hype train. I've never had a hype train before. That was awesome. Dark Souls? No. Take that off the list right there. That's not no. That sequel was garbage. Until they added Scholar of the First Sin. But garbage. Meeting at 2 p.m. Don't worry, I'll say it so you guys don't have to. Worst game ever. Alright, this way, guys. Ooh, can I sit in a comfy chair? They are making Bloodborne too, but it's not called that, and it looks weird. It's like a PvP game, isn't it? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Whoa. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. You can say Tiny Elf?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't
Okay,
that
cool.
wonderful?
Alright.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
I'm not Jim.
Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim.
I don't
to
wanna
really
be
simulate
Jim.
the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll
No,
love it.
I don't
Okay,
want to.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
No.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I don't want to be
I
Jim.
want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so,
No.
then please step forward and press the button.
I'm not Jim. You're Jimmy. Hey, Akron, welcome in. I'm not Jim. I'm not hitting the button. That's not me. Not me. Nope. Nope. Not Jim. I want to leave. Goodbye. This does not cater to me and my needs. Are we winning? You know, we're doing something. I don't know exactly what we're doing.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I don't want to. Do I have to? Can I go home now? What about this door? This door looks nice. Let me out! What about this door? I don't want to be Jim.
Oh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
No, it wouldn't.
Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Oh, now that you told me not to.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the gym button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
This is what you get. You told me to be Jim, so I was Jim. Stupid Jim button. I don't know who I am anymore, Ogren.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I haven't, but it looks super good. Have you picked it up, Wolf? Dude, I love that carpet. We should have that carpet. Jump circle, infinite hole. That looks like a gym. What else do we have here? Jump circle, the map. Free achievement, the button that says the name. Yeah. Merch. Settings, world champion, the Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Okay. I want to see some reviews on it before I pick it up. I think it's going to be really good. I was doing some research on it. It looked like it'd be a good game. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement, no more steps. It just works. Okay.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give it to me now! Team hates me. I don't know what I did. All I did was, on my first run, put the narrator into a deep depression by not staying in the shiny place.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
You don't get ads, Ogren, you liar. That's really mean of Twitch.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Neither. Can I leave? I don't like it here. Oh, here we go. We probably want the white ones because you don't want to add too much color to your weird red world.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
You
Happy
piece of
12th
crap.
Birthday, step-niece it is.
You don't listen to me? Is this because I didn't listen to you? You jerkbag.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
The end is never the end again. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Ooh, reassurance bucket? Reassurance bucket?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in
There's
those
nothing
who
in here.
played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Where is it?
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of
Oh,
calm
there it is.
and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal
You
and
took
perhaps
it.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arm.
Okay, give
And
it to me.
honest, it's a much more convenient solution for
Give
me
it to
than
me.
actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
I needed to milk the cow. You're right. Dibs. Bucket,
Can you
bucket,
feel it?
bucket,
The glow of
bucket.
comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in
Bucket,
fact,
bucket.
can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that
I already
just
leveled
holding
up my
it has
charisma and
made you
persona.
the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Did I get a real
All this
bucket?
and more await you in the Stanley Parable.
Put it
2.
in the stream. I'll be slightly more attractive. If that's all it takes. I mean,
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
your bucket, where do you want to go? Ooh, the infinite hole. Infinite hole. I am divided by depths. Yeah, sure. Depth infinite surrounding area. Okay, cool. Hole entrance infinity. I like the diagrams. Infinite hole chart depth, space, more hole, science, infinity, falling. Alright, yeah. It just keeps going. Okay, sure, yeah, sure.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Oh,
This is
really?
in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can
Forever?
fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
You're squishing me with the roof. My world is shrinking. Ready, bucket? Ready? Whee!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Can we? We both know I can listen to
Now,
you
I don't
drone
mean
for
to
a
be
while.
bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Being rather pushy. Why so pushy, narrator? Huh?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
You
I
lied
don't
to
want anyone to
us.
say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Pretty
From
sure there's
one
only one
perspective,
definition of
the
infinity.
infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar
You
and a cheat,
dirty
and you're
liar.
so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you
Hopefully
put this
thanks for
on
the
me.
follow.
Maybe
Welcome
you're
in,
the
buddy.
problem.
I'm not the problem
thing's
here.
got a
You
little
lied to
heated there.
us.
I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that
You
works for you,
lied to
then
these
go
good
ahead and
people.
press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm never gonna be ready. I don't want to hang out with a liar like you. Hi, Oakley. Welcome in. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're having a great night, evening,
Great. Now,
afternoon.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
What if I... What if I...
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you.
You're the
The
problem.
problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I
It
couldn't
sure
help but
did.
feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Something fishy's going
Had
on
enough?
here.
I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
I haven't.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Sir.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
Why is it
Stanley,
broken?
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's
Okay.
pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Oh, now
Well,
you
there it
like my
is.
inquisitive
The shame
nature.
of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
That's what a pothole looks like in
Is
Wisconsin.
this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit
Aaron,
the
thank
teleport
you.
button when you're ready to move on.
Thank you so much. I hit G, it's not working.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Fix it, narrator,
sure?
please.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take
Hey,
care, Stanley.
remember
I
that
hope you and
time
the hole
I
have a
played with the
wonderful
skip
rest-
button and you were like, I can't go anywhere without you? What are you doing, narrator? You totally can, yeah. Hello? I'd like out, please. Every pause button in Roman numeral 2. Narrator! Narrator, I'm scared. Why is there a bunch of cigarettes in here? Narrator! Please, I'm scared. I wasn't ready to deal with the consequences. Let me out. Please. Don't let me be trapped here. I'm getting even tinier. Please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Ooh. Dude, I'm handsome. What is happening? Oh, this is the best hole ever. What else we got? Change your reality? Ooh. Where's purple? We've peaked. This is it. Okay. Ooh, now we got a big head. Ooh, now we're strong. What is happening to us? Error. Whoa.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Oh, what?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off
Aww.
there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
You left me
because
here.
This hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
You just told me
From
to
the
have a
looks
good
of
time.
things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
My name's the narrator, and I don't let people have fun. I would like to move on though. Oh, we're out. We made it.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Alright, we did the gym button. What's back here? Hello?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's fine. We can figure it out later. We don't have to figure everything out right now. Settings World Champion. Okay. What? Narrator. Jerk. Mostly infinite hole. I like that he keeps changing it. Oh, the jump circle again.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable
But I
2
used
as
all my
well.
jumps.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Can I have more jumps, please? Pretty please? Is that a no? I don't think we've been back here. Collect them all. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
Let me touch
and what's
it.
truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Liar.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What is this terrifying room? One of 6. Guys, we gotta get them all. We have to get every single one.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
But that's why you collect all the shinies. Man, remember the music from
Have
the
you
Semi
considered stealing
Infinite
things
Hole?
of value?
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Guess
to move
so.
on now?
I guess we have. Onwards and upwards. Push it off like a cat. No? Okay. Ooh, what's this?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
Do you have a soul, narrator?
Game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Portal 3.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
This
Hold on.
sucks.
Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
This
Who am I
still
kidding,
sucks.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Can I leave now?
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it.
Stop trying so
No matter
hard.
how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Now there's an
Would it
idea.
possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen.
Right,
A
show it to
title
me.
screen that says with bold and
I'm ready.
uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
I'm ready. Show it to me.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my gosh. Is it a horror game? This looks like a horror game now.
This is the story of a man.
We know Stanley's story. Oh, not the balloons. These ones
All of
suck.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, your
No matter
green
how
phone.
hard Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it
Sure
didn't
did.
make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah, well, it makes me feel better, narrator. Who asked you? Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Not a bucket. Input. Is this like something over 5 runs? You gotta like hit the button? I can manage that. That is well within my capabilities. Bucket, 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 bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't think so. Bucket,
This was
bucket,
not the
bucket,
correct way to the meeting
bucket,
room,
bucket,
but Stanley had
bucket,
felt the bucket
bucket.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, the bucket told me to.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Bucket, bucket, bucket,
No,
bucket,
never mind.
bucket,
The
bucket,
was wrong.
bucket, bucket,
Stanley
bucket.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
gonna go hang out with the bucket. Bucket, 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 bucket,
No,
bucket,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the
This
cargo
board wasn't
lift.
here before. What is this? Oh gosh. I fell. I broke it. What is this? Oh, there's a Stanley figure. Gimme. Yoink.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, boss. Bucket, 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 bucket. Hello? What? Where am I? Bucket, I'm scared. Hello? Cassettes? Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. Oh my god, there's bajillions of them. They're everywhere. Did I turn off the narrator?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down
I still think you should get a cat.
doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
You're getting a little close to me, buddy.
What do I do with this treasure?
Throw it
I can
into the fires of
monetize it.
Mordor.
Yes.
It has too much power.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What just happened? What just happened? I'm so confused. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Bucket.
sensed Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms.
Oh, we
and a
gotta
wave
find the
of
computer.
comfort rushed over him.
Not you. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. I hope that doesn't break whatever sequencing.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
No,
door
I
on his
didn't.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
See, I
Stanley had
ignored
felt
the bucket last
calling to
time.
him,
Now I gotta
telling
listen
him
to the
that
bucket.
The employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this
Number
better
one,
than the
Dad.
meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
What if I stay here forever?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
It sure was.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together.
Yeah, we walked
First,
through that
walking
hallway.
through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
It's been a real adventure. I don't know what I would have done without the bucket.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Maybe he wants to go into the broom closet.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
But I didn't listen to the bucket last time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
What is
Stanley
it?
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
Buckets
fact.
can talk.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Buckets can totally talk. Have you guys seen a talking bucket before?
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This room's not very dark, though. It's pretty light, actually. Oh, that one? I don't want to go in there. No, thank you. I want to go back. Fine, Bucket. I'll do it for you. Only this one time. No one's
Now pick
home.
up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
What if I don't? What if I unplug the phone?
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
Oh.
Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can
Have
watch
you
to fully...
looked at
Oh, wait,
YouTube?
yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
YouTube has everything.
What is comedic
Ooh.
timing?
Here we go.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Huh?
How can it be used
Take
to
notes, guys.
effectively
There's gonna be a
silence your
quiz.
political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Okay.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin
Am I
the
doing
joke,
it?
start by stating and spelling your name. Next,
Tiny elf.
provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh.
Oh my gosh.
And then, spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Okay.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half,
Okay.
pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I can't. I can't do it.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause.
What?
Just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
This is Helldivers 2. What is happening?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well,
I
no
like the
matter.
phone
I
back,
think
please.
the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then.
I don't think
So
they
with
were.
that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
I don't want to. Don't take... Oh, okay, sure. Oh, wait, you're literally gonna make me walk all this again?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be
Okay.
in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Right. It's better to be off the hip. If you script it, it's just not gonna be funny at all. Hey, Bucket, we're doing the adventure twice. This is gonna be great. Fantastic, even.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay. Do 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 do
No,
do.
no, 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 no. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
But
Did
you-
you not even look at the instructional video? I
No.
think this was all covered very clearly.
It
There's
didn't
no
say
way I
anything
can make
about
the comedic
doors.
timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm
You
going to
told
be
me.
ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on.
There are
all
meetings?
because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go. You ready?
He's gonna make me do
When
it
Stanley
again.
and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Sure. This room's really dark and scary.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
We're back at the phone already. No. What's
You
going
broke
on? There
it.
was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
I did exactly
There was
what you
supposed to be
said.
a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone.
Uh-huh.
Now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault.
It
I must
sure
have
is.
forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake.
How could you,
I made a fool of
narrator?
myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think
I didn't break it. I did exactly what he told me not to do.
Video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my.
No, please don't make me watch it again.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
I
Oh,
like
no.
that
Stay away
one.
from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's
True.
what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Agreed,
Let's
yes.
see. Let's see.
Sorry, Leroy. Yeah, maybe you should take some notes, Nebby. He is really like giving away the keys to the kingdom here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It is pretty easy to miss memos when there's papers all over the floor everywhere. Where's the next input required computer? Dunny with the funny.
When Stanley
bucket
came to a
wasn't
set
even
of
there.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Where was my bucket? Did I miss the bucket? We need more planks. Warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank to follow use of access plans. Construct bridge or construction of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. What possible clue? Oh, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Some are both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. There will be a reward for finding them all. Okay, sure. Trust the completionist instinct. Okay. What? Why can't I go in the broom closet? Why do you lock it off?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I didn't.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Ooh.
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines?
I like
yes,
mini
I think
stands.
I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Of course, you picked the worst one. How many stairs are there? There's like a bajillion stairs. Ow. He's on the toilet.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Neither.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Well, here's a toilet for you to sit on. Does your computer have to... Oh, it does. That's kind of what I thought. I wasn't sure. Doo-doo. Alright. Nothing there. Oh, fireplace.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk,
Okay.
pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh yeah, look at that.
What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Oh yeah?
2845.
Really?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Stanley's a
Incredibly,
genius.
by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He
Was it
stepped into
luck?
the newly opened passageway.
I'm just the best. Oh, figure.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines.
I hate
soon,
that.
You'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that
Whoa.
will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlarines.
Please
None
don't
of
use
us
that
can.
word ever again. Do 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 do. Boop. Somewhere both red and blue. Somewhere both red and blue. Oh, is that like when we went?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure did. Do 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 do.
Although this
do, do,
passageway
do,
had
do,
the
do,
word
do,
escape
do.
written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That sucks.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm ready. Did I do it? Did I win? Ow.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he
Nice.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Farewell, Stanley.
Bye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But I don't feel dead. Ow. Lady narrator, I don't feel dead.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Well, that's a little dark. The two doors, set of two doors, very first concrete pieces and the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Nature paintings. Ooh, Stanley's computer. Boop, 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 boop. What is this place? Button sounds. Selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound makes a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Ooh, very nice. Office computers. No games for you. This place. Chairs.
Stanley pushed the big red button in the story.
The voice of the narrator recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. Could you imagine recording the same thing multiple times over? Oh. Okay. What's up here? Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Whoa! I want that desk. What? I want to press it. Give me the button again. Did I win? Did I win? I don't think I won. Why do you keep running away from me? I don't understand what it wants from me. A Zending model? I don't know what that is. Levers? These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. I don't think we've seen that ending. One option. Obey, disobey. Doorway to maintain. Doorway to maintenance in the lounge. 2 doorways to maintenance. 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge in the original back on track options. To confusion ending? A vent in the lounge? What is all this? Huh. Interesting. Lady narrator, I'd like to go home now.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Huh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do. Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Instructions unclear. Body stuck in crusher.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Meeting today in the meeting room. So they want a place where it's both red and blue.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
And if we didn't listen,
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Eventually we
Perhaps he
came
wanted
to the
stop
red
by
door and the blue
employee
door.
lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. I don't listen to you, narrator. You know
Stanley
that.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait until you see how bad I am at directions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't even have feet.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen
Yes.
to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. And there it
Yoink.
is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
No,
Savor
don't
this
say
moment,
that.
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
Give me a
Where
reward.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
Give me a
you've
reward.
insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all,
But-
that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Game is so empty now. I'm going through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I wasn't planning on it.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't
Ooh.
even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Kind
Was it
of.
worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
I didn't
You
ask you
think
to do
I put
that.
a lot of time into that because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours.
I
What
couldn't
would
even
have
tell
made
you.
this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Ooh.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I do like
Tell you
skill
what,
trees.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark.
Well, it's great.
But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here,
Choo-choo.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this
It's
one.
all
Let's take
doors.
a look.
Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Whoa. Only the worst 3% of players choose the blue door? What? What? Game is so mean. Is Path of Exile fun?
Would you say that
I never played
competitive
it.
leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Sure,
You
yeah.
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Not
Perfect.
at all.
Let me boot it up.
What you got, buddy?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Okay.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Okay.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no, he's getting really close. He's getting really close. I don't like this game. Narrator, this game sucks. I'm gonna jump in the fire.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
It was really
I can't
annoying.
think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Happy to help.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
What
Let's
kind of
see.
game?
What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, what you got? I'm ready.
Aha! Fascinating.
Firewatch?
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
We
What is
just
our
played
motivation?
this.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps
just
for some
played
sort
this.
of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yeah, let's go. Are we still really tall and we gotta duck our head? Nope. Now we are tiny elf height.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What? What?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered
Share.
off into that
The
thing,
freedom.
that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path
limitlessness.
to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
How
We're out
could
of the
you,
woods now,
narrator?
Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Let's not.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No.
Okay, I think this will be just
Bye,
the thing.
Firewatch. Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is
wanna
game
bet?
design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Will I get an achievement? I'm pretty good at getting lost.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes,
I don't
think surely we must.
think that's how it
Stanley,
works.
here's the ball. Have fun.
It even makes the noises. Oh my gosh, I'm so fast now. I can't jump though. Oh, I'm so good. I meant to do that.
Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And
Better
I
than the
realize I'm not a
baby in the fire
sportologist,
game.
But if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Okay.
I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Lay it on me.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
All right, go for it.
More balls. Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
Yeah,
Is this a real video game?
I'm having a
Well,
great
I sure hope
time.
you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes.
This is
You
my
get to have fun when
stream.
I let you,
What
Stanley.
I say
Besides,
goes.
you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye. Hold on.
Bye.
What are you doing?
Forget you. I'm going where the balls are.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
I told you this was my world. You're just taking part in it. I don't know where to go now, though. Very lost. Oh. I found the infinite hole. Oh, just kidding. What is this? Is this some kind of insane asylum? What it looks like. Hello? Is anyone here? Phasmophobia? Kinda. No. Oh, this is so nice without the narrator, huh? Ooh, light. We just get to chill. What is that? We're 2-7, that's us. Beep beep boop boop beep beep boop 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 beep beep boop boop beep beep. Now what? Hello. Oh,
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
you're pretty
And if
happy.
he'll learn the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
The end
I
is
can
not
wait.
the end, is not the end, is not the end, is not the end. Did we win? Did we win? Okay. I think we just have to hit the input on one more computer. Let's see if we can... What the heck?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's
Why?
just... It's those figurines. Those figglers.
Yeah?
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
I mean, it would have if I
Yes,
got a
I know we're
reward.
supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
I didn't
I
like
would
it
love
there.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Ah, yes. Kind of ruining my plan here, but that's fine. Well, now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles.
Here's where it all began.
Huh?
The first collectible.
In the
Back
weird,
then,
creepy
we had no
room.
idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
I don't like the creepy room. Now where do I go? Oh, here we go. Fuck. Oh, it's the...
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be
pretty
honest.
great.
Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Wow. Just tell me how you really feel, boss. That's fine.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
This one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm
Whoa.
glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Now
Let's
to
see,
the
what came
bathroom.
next?
That's
yes,
not
we
right.
found a Figley in this pink room.
No, we
Oh, well,
didn't.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
It didn't. Sir, this didn't happen. I don't know where we are.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
What's that over there? It's mini stand number 5. High fives for everyone. Harry Potter Bean Boozled. Best boy, the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent
2 of
on
them.
anything else.
Alright. Here we go. I grabbed 2. First one is like a clear yellowy color that I'm really hoping is lemon, but I think is earwax. Cheers. It's lemon. You only have 80.1k left. Oh no. And the second one I have is blue. And the only blue one on here is blueberry. So thank you guys. We should finish the box.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly.
Taking the red pill. You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Somebody.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen.
No.
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Say hi. I know, you just want my snacks, but you can't have my snacks. Yay! Say hi, Aries. Yeah. It's you. Okay. You don't care? Alright, sorry. I tried.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Man, narrator is
Here's where I
greedy.
made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
No, what video? Oh, that one. Yep, I remember. Thanks.
Yes, I love that video.
Didn't have to jump scare me with a video.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good
Yeah, because
room,
this one
though.
doesn't
A solid
exist.
room.
What is this pink room?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Can't go the wrong way. Alrighty. Boop 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 boop.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Keep going.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there?
No.
What came before this?
I want to leave. Oh, the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I did...
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office.
We did it. Full
Is there
circle.
anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
I have no idea.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
We broke him.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then
Really?
somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Smart.
He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Probably.
Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
I still recommend a
And
cat.
Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
So, Stanley's not real? What do we do? Welcome Stanley to heaven? We did it. I am best Stanley. Now what? Do I have to press all the buttons? 'Cause I will. I don't want to anymore. I'm done. I want to go home now. My mom said I can't stay out this late. They don't even stay off. What is it even saying? Does anyone know how to get out of here? This heaven sucks. I don't want to be here anymore. Do I have to quit out? There's always a way. Got any hints? No jumping? Let me out! You were close a few moments ago? Oh, welcome in! Welcome in! I was close a few moments ago. What, when I was hitting them all like a mad person? Oops. They turn back on though. I don't know. Oh, I missed the red one. And the blue one. Are these like the emotion buttons? When you see... There's a version of this ending with the bucket. I didn't bring the bucket. That's what I thought they were saying was buttons. Alright, so I gotta do something with the buttons. Who knew heaven was just buttons everywhere? So many buttons. Whatever will one do? After the final input. It is possible to push the buttons on the wall which remain pressed down for 15 seconds before being interactable again. Yeah. So I have to hit all of them in 15 seconds? That feels impossible. Manually restart. Okay. I was worried that was the answer. Alright. Heaven isn't that great, guys. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I do feel very confused. This is a different layout.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, I gotcha. I guess we'll go this way. Buttons. Now it's like ringing in my head.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Orders pertain to sending while carrying the bucket. Either the phone outside of Stanley's office needs to be ringing or the narrator has to ask if the orders really stop coming in. Oh. Interesting.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The
I
broom
feel what?
closet. It wants the bucket.
No!
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
It's my
as
bucket.
Clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say
Broom
here.
closets
But
can't
let's go
talk.
with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket.
Not this
This is your
strong.
companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Like
But
what?
even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life
Okay,
is so
broom
banal
closet.
and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
You
Really
don't know
tell
me,
the
broom closet.
off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape.
Yeah,
of
we
your
like
feelings for the bucket,
we
as they
walked
have
down a
changed and
hallway. It
evolved
was really
over the
cool.
years.
We went
Let it
into
have
this
it.
infinite hole that wasn't infinite, and then we got stuck in it, and then there was cool music and we weren't Stanley anymore.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
What's
Here
that?
we go.
Property of
Now
Stanley.
it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet.
Yeah.
With all your meandering
Suck it,
philosophical
broom closet.
diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Goodbye.
All right,
Do,
I've got a
do.
second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see,
The bucket.
I feel that it coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't really... Yeah, I guess we can do that. You want to see the bathroom bucket? It's pretty cool. Look it. Look it. It's a bathroom. Do. Ooh. You want to see this cool elevator that doesn't go anywhere? Check it out. I'll show you, bucket. Boop, 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 boop. Isn't this nice? Bing. Boop. Yeah, I know, it's a pretty cool fake elevator, huh? Pretty convincing. But watch, if I hit this button again... Boop. We're in the same exact spot, Bucket. I don't get it. Why is it just a room that shakes? Bucket, do you understand? I don't understand.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. I had it.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Hey, I was dancing with my bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thanks, Bucket. I couldn't do it without you.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
There was like a bunch of buttons in here, and I couldn't get the one.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Did we wonder that, Bucket? I don't know if we did. I don't think that's what we wondered. Oop.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
I would never.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley
It's okay,
cradled
Bucket.
it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I got you.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What
Bucket, I
kinds
know.
of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
I'll protect you, Bucket. It's you and me against the
No!
world.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
True. Just me and the bucket. Oh. Hello.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
We did.
And the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
You guys should have been there. It was super cool. 3? Is that 4 up there? How do we get it? Because we can't get through here. How do I get up there? Bucket, help. I need your help. I can't do it without you, Bucket. Big red button. Control console disabled. Okay, Bucket, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw you up there and you're gonna hit the button, okay? Go. He's not going. Oh, Bucket, I trusted you. What's down here? Just a big red ring. Alright, Bucket, let's be free together. We don't need this place.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the Bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Stanley and the Bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Did we do it? Are the Bucket and I free?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the Bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The Bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
That sounds
True,
horrible.
it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening?
Bucket!
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the Bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
We
Until
do.
finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the Bucket to leave.
But it's mine.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the Bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the Bucket.
You can't have it.
Not to part with the Bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place.
What?
Not while he has such a precious Bucket in his arms.
I'm not giving it
Not
back.
while this building has anything to say about it.
Buildings
Stanley
can't talk.
realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the Bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my Bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well. Yeah. That was an experience. That was, you know what? That was a lot of fun, actually. I had a lot of fun with that. I am sure there's so much more. I miss Bucket already. There's still 6 achievements. There's one called Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes, 22 seconds, not including load times. 8. I don't understand these achievements. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. Maybe we'll play it again another Friday, try to get some more endings, hang out with the bucket again, do all the cool bucket stuff. I don't know. Maybe one day. Thank you.